So this module is called Creation is Queen. And where I got that from was back in my younger days as an elementary teacher, I used to run a chess club. So I really kind of dug deep into how to play chess in order to teach young kids how to play. So one thing that you'll know if you've ever played the game of chess is that the most powerful piece on the board is the queen. The queen can go almost any direction, and you want to make sure you keep the queen till the very end if you can. So to kind of bring that to an educational context, I think we'd all agree in some respects that creating for kids helps them learn. So by creating something using your hands, writing, drawing, painting, creating of all varieties changes the dynamic of learning from, back when I was a kid, basically the creation I used to do in school after middle school and on was, a traditional notebook. And again, notes can be powerful. Notes can be learning devices, but I think we've gone beyond just a notebook. And with technology, there's so many great tools that we can use to get kids creating. Now, I think, for the veteran teachers out there, you might say, well, the problem with a lot of creation tools is that they're time consuming. And, with busy curriculum, busy schedules, it's often, you can't do this on a daily basis. But so I would recommend doing it from time to time. Again, it helps change the dynamic of the room. It helps change things. So, and I think most of us, even if we think back to our, you know, uh, student days, think of things like salt dough maps and how much fun you had doing those. So those activities, I think, can be meaningful and really powerful. So with that said, one of the tools that I have in my Creation is Queen step is a thing called Adobe Spark. Now, Adobe creates a lot of different apps and programs. They're not just for iPads or iOS devices. You can now get them on Chromebooks and that sort of thing. But Adobe Spark is a really nice place to start, and it's pretty quick and simple. So this is just one, example. But Adobe Spark is a great place to start if you want to just get used to it. Again, there's freemium and premium plans, but with the freemium plans, students can create pretty nice presentations. They can create digital textbooks, and there's some really nice, easy pieces to put, visuals with text. So a really good one. A Microsoft tool is Microsoft Sway. If you haven't seen Sway, I'm just going to type that in here real quick. And it's just sway.com. And of course, if you have the Office 365 account, you can save as many of these as you want. But sway.com is also another great way to do some newsletters, presentations, as it says, documents. But they really made it pretty easy for you to incorporate visual media, from movies to PowerPoints to creation pieces. So don't hesitate to use this as a teacher. I've seen elementary kids use Sway. I've seen high school kids use Sway. It's a very powerful program, and for Office 365 schools, it's a great place to create. Another one is CoSpaces. Now, CoSpaces, again, there's a freemium versus premium. The freemium, you get one class, one lesson for 30 students. So you can do a lot with that. Each student gets two kind of creation spaces. If I can just go in the gallery here, I'll show you some of the spaces that you can create. Here's the gallery. So you can see there's all kinds of different ways kids can create. It's pretty easy. In theory, if you're a teacher that has no experience using tools like this, I think you could get by turning the kids loose a little bit and let them create. So here's an example of the Lord of the Flies Island, the Lion and the Mouse. So these are two just representations of stories. So great ELA. There's Romeo and Juliet, Life of Pi. So you can see a lot of ELA connections, but certainly you could do science. You could do social studies with recreations, that sort of thing. Here's one that says President's Day. So some really great ways to kind of reimagine student learning, and let them create. And you can code within here. You can create virtual reality as well as augmented reality pieces. So each one of these, if you click on it, you can open it up and get a 360-degree view. So again, the freemium account, you can go a long way with it. Just see if I can get this to open up quickly. If not, we'll move on. But you can get a 360 view, and it also lets kids learn to use creation pieces that if they want to go into, say, gaming in the future, or if they want to go into 3D design, or even architecture. This is a great thing. So this is a 3D view for students to create. So a great program to increase learning as well as give kids some computer science skills. Similar to that is Google's SketchUp. There are you can get free downloadable licenses for this for SketchUp, but you can also get there is a online program as well now. So again, there are free educators licenses for this program, and there's of course some premium licenses as well. But you need to check with your tech department about that. So, but it's a really great design, and people are creating all kinds of images and objects for 3D. So that's a good one. So let me see if there's any other ones that I've forgotten in here. I'm sure there's more. But video recording. Students have phones that they can record video quickly and easily. Their computers can record quickly and easily. Don't hesitate. PowerPoint is also a really great tool for both video creation as well as visual creation tools. So don't forget PowerPoint as well. And last but not least, let me just show you this. There's also Blender. Blender is the bottom one. Now that's a pretty high-powered program. It is free, but Blender, there's a lot of free tutorials on YouTube. Blender is a very let's see, big learning curve for Blender, but it is a free program that kids can learn to create 3D design. So if you have that kid that wants to go into gaming or maybe art design on a high level, this is the program. Again, there's some free tutorials on YouTube that you could get started. It's pretty high tech, but more for your art teacher or design teacher. And again, Seesaw is one. It's a nice program. You can create basically a digital journal, but kids can do video, audio. They can do drawing within Seesaw. And then, of course, there's this Project Ed video contest for students. So if you have kids that are really good at creating videos, put them to use and see if they can win a prize or a contest to enhance their learning. So, and here's a 3D guide for educators. So quite a few things in there, but the idea behind this step is to get kids creating, because the person doing the working is the student doing the learning. So get your kids creating. Oh, I forgot, there is this pad wheel. We talked about the SAMR program. So along the left-hand side are the Bloom's taxonomy. And then within the wheel itself, there is the SAMR. You'll notice the SAMR model goes around the side. The outside is the SAMR model. The inside is the Bloom's taxonomy. And then there's different apps and programs within that fall under those two skill sets.